Okay, so what we're going to talk about now is inequality. Somebody tell me, what do you think inequality means?
It's not equal.
It's not equal.
Not equal. So if it's not equal, what could it be?
It's equal.
If it's not equal, what could it be?
Equilateral.
So let me ask a question. If I had a 3 and a 4, they're not equal, are they?
No.
3 is what?
Smaller.
What's another word for smaller?
Less than.
Less than. So inequality means less than or greater than.
What about equal?
Okay. Oh, but it's inequality. It's not equal.
It can't be equal.
So we just talked about an exterior angle. Angle 1 is exterior, right?
Yes.
What's the angle that's right next to it called?
C. Oh, the adjacent.
Adjacent. And then the other two over here, what would we call those?
The interior.
The interior. What kind of interior?
The one on the inside.
And on the other side, what do I need to use with them?
Adjacent interior.
What would I use because they're on the other side of the room?
The remote.
The remote. Very good. These two right here are considered to be my remote interior. Okay? Let's pretend that this angle right here is 110. How big is this one here?
Wait, what?
If this one is 110, this angle, this one would be 70. Now make up a number. How big do you want this angle right here to be?
60.
89.
60. Okay, so if that one is 60 and that one is 70, how big does A
50.
have to be?
50.
50. Why? Because it has to equal 180. Everybody agree? Now, if you add 50 and 60 together, what do you get?
110.
Okay, now, remember, your two remotes added together have to be equal to your exterior. That means that your exterior angle will always be larger than either one of the remote interior. So your exterior angle will always be greater than your remote interior angles. Are we good? We are. Right. So looking down here, it says to list all angles of triangle EFG whose measures are less than the measure of angle 1. So the measure of angle 1 is greater than what? Which ones? 4 and 3, right? So the measure of angle 4, and then the measure of angle 1 is also greater than the measure of angle 3. But what about the measure of angle 2?
Equal to.
Okay. So let's put numbers. Ready? Let's assume that this is 60 degrees. How big is angle 2?
70.
If angle 1 is 60, how big is angle 2?
50.
120. So how big could angle 4 be? How big is angle 4? Could it be? 20. And then this one would be 20. Doesn't mean that they have to be the same.
No.
No. I could have 30 and 10. But 20 plus 20, oh wait, that doesn't equal 60. So let's make this one 40 and 20. Because now 40 plus 20 gives me 60. So angle 4 is less than 60 and angle 20 is less than 60. But this one is not. It could be. It doesn't have to be. Because I could absolutely draw a triangle like this where this was 110, which would mean this would be 70. And so this one could be 30, right? And this one right here would have to be 80. Then all three of them would be less than the exterior. So it's possible for all three, but you will always have your remote interior less than your exterior. Make sense? Okay. So now I'm going to start, and I want you to try 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so right here, because my outside is my exterior, it's always greater than my remote interior. So you can check your answers here. Again, I labeled the exterior and the remote interior. Your exterior is always larger than your remote interior. Okay, now I want you to try 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you're going to try 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now on here, you have to be careful of where it's located because we're going to have to ignore certain things. So angle 7 is absolutely on the exterior. And then they're comparing it to angle 1. So really, I'm just looking at this triangle right here. 1 and 3 are my remote interior. This is my exterior. So my exterior will always be greater. On the next one, it's dealing with 1 and 6. Well, at that point, now I'm really going to be using this triangle right here. 1 is my exterior, and these two right here would be my remote interior angles. Okay, so on this one, number 7. Angle 7 is on the outside, that's my exterior, and then we're comparing it to TUV. That means I'm going to look at this big triangle here, and this angle would be my remote interiors. Remember, your exterior is always bigger than your remote interior. And then the final one, angle 6, huh? Mm-hmm. And then here, angle 6 is still a remote interior compared to angle 7. So angle 7 is greater. Good job. Then here we're looking at angle 2 and angle 4. That one's kind of tricky, isn't it? Okay, if I were to look at it like this, then angle 4 is my exterior, and then 2 and 3 are my remote interiors. So angle 4 is greater than my remote interior. Then 4 and 3, here's 4, here's 3, it's still my remote interior. Angle 4 is still my exterior. So on these you have to decipher which triangle are they looking at, and you're trying to find exterior and remote interior angles. Are we good? Okay, flip the paper over. And now I would like for you to measure, using a ruler, the sides. I want you to measure in inches. And then I want you to measure in angles. Yeah, Miss Ramsey, but I don't remember how to use this thing. Okay, good, watching. Mouth is closed, you're watching. Okay, on yours, right here, do you see the little semicircle in the middle? That little spot right here goes on the point of what angle you're trying to measure. So I'm going to measure angle K. And then for you, you need to make sure that this bottom line lines up with the side that you're trying to measure. So I'm going to move this back to where it lines up. Then you're going to take and you're going to try and figure out, okay, well, do I usually start counting at 0 or 180?
0.
0. So I'm going to come from the center out to 0. That means I'm going to use these numbers. I'm going to follow up until I get to that angle measure right here. Right? Well, that's at what? 10, 20, 30, maybe 31, 32? Okay, so that means that this angle K is 32 degrees. Somebody tell me, what did you get for the measure of angle I? 45. And what did you get for D? 75.
What?
So let me ask a question. Could those really be the angles of a triangle?
No.
Only if it adds up to 180. So 70 and 30 is 100. And 45, 155, 157. So which ones do we think are wrong?
32.
D and I.
D and I. What'd you get?
Or I, okay.
I got 35.
Okay, well they couldn't be both 135 and 110 because then we're way over 180. Right, we'd be at 200. Okay, what'd you get for D? Let's change that one.
I got 106.
106.
I got 105.
Okay, so we'll do 105. So that's 145, 155, 65, 75, 85.
And I got 35 for
That'd be over.
Angle I is 35.
No, it's 40. It's 40.
Oh, it's 40.
Let's do
So
100.
140, 150, 160, 175,
77.
77. So I need 3 more. Can I make this a 35?
Sure.
Sure, why not? Now I have 180, correct? Okay. Now, somebody tell me how long is DI when you measured with a ruler in inches? What did you get for DI?
10.
1 3/5. Okay, what about DK?
2.
1 3/4.
2 and 1/2.
2 1/2. Okay, are you sure about the 3/5 and the 3/4?
No, I got 2 and 1 and 1/2.
Say again, where'd you get 2?
D and K.
DK is 2,
Mm-hmm.
and DI is
1.5.
1.5. Okay, I'm good with those numbers. Okay, then over here for angle C, what did you get? 18?
I don't add up.
Okay, that's okay. If they don't add up exactly, then you can go back and change them to where they do add up. What did you get for angle B?
47.
47. And what about angle A? 130. I'm doing 130. So 130 plus 40 is 170, right? If I make this a 40, right?
Yeah. So
And then this one would be what?
10.
10. Okay, we just want to make sure they equal 180, and they're approximate. What did you get for BC? How long is BC?
3.
3. AB?
1.
1. And then AC?
2.
Okay? Now, I want you to use the highlighter, and I want you to highlight the longest side.
All of them. They're all belonging.
I, K, and B. C.
Okay? So you're highlighting the longest side for each triangle. And then I want you to highlight the largest angle. And I hope you highlighted this one and this one. And then you highlighted this one and this one, correct? Now, don't mark it, but look, where's your smallest side and where's your smallest angle? Don't highlight it, but look at them. Okay, what do you notice about them? They're opposite of each other. Okay, so on the video they won't see me, but imagine my two arms, they're sides of a triangle, and I'm holding a stick in my hands, making a triangle, correct? I have an angle right here, correct? Okay, as this angle gets smaller, what happens to the length of my ruler between my hands? It gets smaller. And as this angle gets bigger, what happens to the length of the ruler between my hands?
Gets
It
bigger.
gets bigger.
Yay.
Good. So the opposite angle and side coordinate each other with each other. Okay? So what you're going to write right here is that the longest angle, or the longest side, is across from the largest angle. Now, look at angle 1, or number 1, sorry. Did they give you sides or angles?
Sides.
How do you know?
Because they're on the outside.
Good, they're on the outside. When they're giving
It
you
is
sides, they're going to be on the outside of the triangle typically. And it's in centimeters. Now the directions say list the angles or sides in order from least to greatest. If they gave you sides, it is too easy at this point for you to list the sides. They're not asking for that. If they listed sides, they're asking you about the angles because we just learned the largest side is across from the largest angle, correct? Okay, so right here. So how I would work these is I would come over here and label my sides, small, medium, large. So what side is my smallest side? RS. Which one's my medium? ST. And then my large. They gave me the side, so they're really asking me about the angles. So I need to look at the angle across from it. So this is my smallest side, then my angle across from it is angle T. That is my smallest angle. And then I need my middle one. That's going to be angle R. And then my final one is for my largest. That would be angle S. Same thing for number 2. Did they give me angles or sides?
Angle.
Angles, how do I know?
They're on the inside.
Good, they're on the inside of the triangle and they have degrees. If they gave me angles, everybody with me? If they gave me angles, then they're asking me about the sides. So let's go label the angles, small, medium, large. And now I want from least to greatest. So my smallest side is the one across from my smallest angle. That is side RS. And then my medium one is the one across from it. That would be side ST. And my largest one would be side RT. So RS is less than ST, which is less than RT. So I'm going to give you a second. I want you to look at number 3, and I want you to go and try that one. Okay, so good. On number 3, we did our small, medium, large, and right here we have a list of the angles. Right here, angle R is here, and then we have angle RUS. So we're looking at this big triangle. Angle R is across from 35, This angle is across from this entire